Okay, I'm back now to the original hull. That's white lead paint, which I'm going to leave on, but the hull is very sound and so are all the fastenings. I have a lot to do, but yeah, I'll keep at it. And I have been at all the floors. I've decided to put additional fastenings. I have put in some A4 316 stainless steel screws. Do that even though I have sounded the hole and everything is sound. There's no flexing and no bad sound. So, but I'm going to just, now that I'm taking the anti-fouling off to inspect everything, I'm going to put, as I say, additional fastenings at the floors, and I'm going to have some silica bronze grip fast nails. I'm going to put them one in each plank there, down the stem and the stern, even though I have done this side, and there is no problem. I'm probably over fussing and overdoing things, but now that I'm back to the hull, I'm going to put them, and I'm going to lead them down, right down to here, and meet up with the floors. The old rudder stock. Yeah, so it got attacked by this, I don't know, this alkaline effect of anodes. The bronze tube is down aboard the boat now, fitted into the new oak, but you can see it just turns it into pulp. Yeah, it's not rot as such, it's just as the lignin is removed from it, it affects the oils or whatever of the molecular structure of the dead woods. Right mess. I do see some signs of salt there, but yeah, that's a bit of it there now. Yeah. The other lower section is disintegrated. It's just the main bit of it. A few things I found handy now during this refit. One of them was this, what you call it, Turco rotating blaster. I knew I was facing taking all the anti-foul and paint and rust off the keel. I had done it a decade before, and it was an awful long job. All sorts of discs, wire discs, sanding discs, all sorts of things, and it was, I'd say it nearly took me the best part of a week. It was a hard graft. Now this time I knew I wouldn't have that amount of time to give to it with all the other jobs going on, so I came across this. I saw a YouTube video of it, and fellas doing the keels and stuff, and I must say it did the trick. I think the tips of them are titanium teeth. You can get it a single disc, a double disc, or a triple. I got the triple, not cheap, about €100, and but wow, did it speed up the job. I went down one afternoon, and it's a big keel, and I had both sides done, dusted down and coated with the rust converter, all in one afternoon, I suppose, less than 4 hours, 3.5 hours, whereas my previous it took days, and it was hard graft. If you just had a standard keel now, I'd say 1-2 discs if you were not that pushed for time. But yeah, I think the single disc's about 45 euros. I can't remember what the twin disc is. Definitely, yeah, worked. For scraping back the hull, which I knew was going to be a back-breaking, laborious job, so I purchased the two of these. This I think is a backhoe or something. And this one is called Pro Scraper. Now, both of them worked. My preference would be for this one, the backhoe. It's got a longer blade. The blade lasted longer than this fella. The advantage, of course, of this Pro Scraper is you can connect it onto the vacuum, and it makes the job a lot tidier. Both of them were very good. The only thing is the spare blades for this boy are quite expensive. Certainly speeded up the job. You need to get your pressure on them and just keep the momentum going, and you can cover a big area with them. The other item that I used this time, I didn't know they existed, was this West System G-Flex epoxy. Because I was replacing the yoke on the rudder stock that hold a section of the keelson or the hog had to be replaced as well. I came across this when I was ordering stuff, and I didn't know it existed. It's been around for about 10 years or so. I got the one that's, I don't know what number is it. It's 65532H. It's the extra thickened one. And my goodness, it seems a fine job. It worked out very well, and there's no runs with it, and you can do sort of verticals, and you know, it wasn't seeping out the sides. Now, with the word flex, it's supposed to be far more flexible than standard West epoxies, and what caught my eye was the fact it said suitable for damp, hard to get at wood. So I said, oh yeah, there's the keel. That worked out very well. I'm glad I came across that. Well, here she is now, the day before launching, 3rd of October, nearly 4 months of heavy graft. The new rudder stock has been installed. Oak, big job, and sister ribs then either side, replaced the old ones, and we've gone for rubber cutlass arrangement and an anode on the prop. Yeah, so a lot of work, and all the floors have been refastened, and the keel was brought back to bare metal. We used that rust converter then, a grand job, got it right back. A coat of Interlux primer, and then a bit of fairing here and there, and another coat of Interlux primer, the 2-pack epoxy stuff, and then she got a coat of the grey primer for the anti-fouling. Yeah, so, and we've replaced 3 in number C inlets, the hull connection and the seacocks, and of course we have replaced the bobstay eye bolt. That's 316 marine stainless. The original one, when we got it out, came out in 3 pieces, wasted away. It was some sort of mild steel. So that's done. Yeah, a lot of work. Don't ask me where the 4 months went. Oh, of course, top side and bottom were all brought back to bare wood, and everything inspected. The hull has been sounded and all that, so hopefully that's a half-life refit now for her. I wish I could say the same for myself. Oh, I'm weary of it now. Weary, but looking forward tomorrow now to to launching, and getting her back over to her berth over there, which is waiting for her.